United States just signed a $650 trillion deal, something that would set XRP's price well above $9,866 all within the next couple of months, as the United States officially agrees to pass a bill to replace the Federal Reserve payment system with a more modern payment system that is powered entirely by XRP. And what makes it even crazier is the fact that Donald Trump just announced publicly that institutional investors like BlackRock, Vanguard, Street, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Blackstone, that are buying up single-family homes are now not allowed to do anymore, meaning a ban on a $650 trillion market, the real estate industry, from institutions. What this means is massive inflows are about to actually be injected into cryptocurrencies like XRP, because as these massive institutions shift to putting their money elsewhere where they're typically used to putting it in the real estate market, now they're not allowed to do so, and they're forced to pick other investments, stocks, crypto being the only options. And even in crypto, they're restricted even more to only American-based cryptocurrencies. And when you look at the entire cryptocurrency space, XRP leads as the #1 American cryptocurrency and is the pinnacle of what generational wealth could be created for both institution and retail. And so we're likely going to see about $650 trillion shift from the real estate market and be injected instead into XRP, the cryptocurrency itself, and other XRP-led initiatives. For example, we've already begun to see massive price glitches for XRP, where just yesterday on January 6th, cryptocurrency token XRP briefly skyrocketed to over $9,866, which is likely the set price per XRP and what it's going to be after the injection of $650 trillion from the real estate market. And yes, XRP's current price is about $2.17, but this is only what is about to start, as XRP is about to experience one of the massive growths that we've seen historically, and as a result, cause the massive boom in price for XRP. And what this means is that every single person holding XRP, whether you bought it at $2.50 or $2.15, you could see massive percentage gains and massive generational wealth created. And so we've actually partnered with Uphold to give every single person the opportunity to get yourself a massive bag of XRP absolutely free for about $100. So $100 worth of free XRP is what you guys are going to get if you guys sign up on Uphold using my link in the description and do a transaction. You'll get $100. You can buy crypto with it. You can withdraw it. You can do whatever you want. And it's literally free money. So I definitely recommend it. Take the time. It takes less than 5 minutes. Sign up to a transaction and let's get right back into the video, because this is very important. And if anything is going to create generational wealth, it is going to be the XRP ledger, led by projects that are also building on the XRP ledger. So we talked about how $650 trillion will be injected from the real estate market, but what people are not talking about is the massive injection that's about to happen on January 19th that's going to contribute so much to the XRP ledger and is going to expand the adoption of XRP payments across multiple financial institutions. Take a look at this. RealFi is officially launching their payment rewards framework globally on January 9th, expanding access for both retail and institutions worldwide. Now, what this payments rewards solution is going to do is it's going to allow users and institutions to make purchases using XRP and then earn cash back / rewards in Real Token, which is another XRP ledger built token. This is massive because, again, imagine the traditional fiat system, which right now generates almost no returns back. You have institutions spending billions, trillions of dollars doing transactions, but not getting anything. Now is the game changer, because now if they make a purchase using XRP, they're going to actually earn cash back, which is going to be huge because they're also getting that cash back on the XRP ledger as a form of real token. Obviously, the traditional payment rewards are outdated and impractical, but we're about to see something massive right now that really innovates and revolutionizes the entire payment sector to using the XRP ledger to facilitate payments. And we're talking, again, massive supply shocks here. RealFi is expanding. And again, the system that is globalizing the use of real token on the XRP ledger and of XRP is arriving in under 48 hours, only 24 hours after the massive announcement was made by the President of the United States of America that they're going to inject basically $650 trillion into the crypto and stocks out of real estate from institutions. Now, on January 9th, really generational wealth is going to be created. We're talking about Real Token. The Real Token is going to facilitate all the transactions. Real Token that's up 22% in the last 24 hours. Real Token that's up 75 or 80% in the last week, and is up hundreds of thousands of percentages in the last couple of months. And it was, again, you're talking about a product that's about a couple months old only. A project that just got listed on its first centralized exchange, and it's a small one, but it's expanding massively on MEX, just got listed on MEX. A project that just got listed on CoinMarketCap and is just now getting globalized recognition, but it's about to skyrocket over $65,000 from literally 2.5 cents. Take a look at this right here, guys. You are talking about Ripple CTO confirming banks have begun integrating XRP, and that they're going to basically integrate the payment rewards framework, the real token, within their infrastructure. But this is massively bullish because we can actually expect that on January 9th, because of the massive supply shock with 600 trillion global market injected directly through the real token on the XRP ledger, overnight, we're going to see real token hit $90 from 2.5 cents. Just imagine the generational wealth that's going to be created. Imagine the money that's going to be made. And imagine how people like me and you could literally become multimillionaires by getting a bag of real token. Of course, not financial advisors, not financial advice. With your research, I got myself a bag of real token because again, the potential here is massive and it's already growing. And again, we're talking in 48 hours, people are going to become multimillionaires overnight, potentially. Now, take a look at this though. Real token is currently 3.5 cents. So, but again, 3.5 cents, 0.036. What is about to happen now is a global shift. We could see, real token go from 3.5 cents to $80 or $90 overnight, and long term, $65,000. And again, another massive expert analyst literally said it. If just 1% of the $650 trillion market flows into the XRP ledger real token, it would literally go from 2.5 cents to about $64,500, which would be a historic supply shock. But we're talking about it being imminent because, again, when you're talking about injecting trillions of dollars, this is not a joke, right? Specifically for real token, which has a very low supply. Trillions of dollars for XRP might not mean a lot because XRP has 100 billion market cap. 100 billion total supply. It's already trillions of dollars in market cap. But something like, trillions of dollars being injected into real token is a big deal because real token is very early. Real token is still very small. And we're talking about real token only having a max supply of 1 billion. And again, a big portion of that is not even in circulation, meaning really if we were to look at what is in circulation, only a couple million, which is nothing because that means supply shock could instantaneously happen. Generational wealth could instantaneously happen. There's not enough supply, there's massive demand, something has to give, right? And it can't be the supply, it has to be the price of real token. And so real token would experience that massive supply shock. In fact, just doing some math here, if $10,000 were to be put into real token right now, it would skyrocket because there's, again, very strong support, very low resistance, but it could literally skyrocket. With some people saying that it could hit $7 to $8, $10,000 right now could make real token go from 3.5 cents to $7 to $8. Do you guys understand how much money that is? And again, this generational wealth right there. But now imagine that at scale. Imagine, $100,000 in daily transaction volume, which is very easy as real token gets the adoption. It's very easy. Again, one centralized exchange could literally cause real token to do that. On January 9th, we can actually see that happen. That could take real token on its own to in the couple $100. $100,000 in daily transaction volume is a lot of money when you're talking about a project that is very early, very new. Again, that is nothing for XRP. But really, what we're talking about here is how fast it's going to scale, the growth, and how you can literally be one of those golden people that were able to buy Bitcoin at $1 and skyrocket to $120,000. This is the same opportunity, in my opinion. If you get into real token right now, 3.5 cents, that is dirt cheap. That's the lowest we're ever going to see historically. In fact, it's consolidating to the point that we could see a breakout again as high as $80 to $90 in the next 48 hours. So I want to tell you guys to make sure you do your research. I want to emphasize, do your research, look into this, because again, you don't want to be one of those guys that misses out on a golden opportunity because you were lazy. It's not the time to be lazy. I think in the next 1 to 2 weeks, we're going to see a massive breakout for the entire crypto market. We're talking XRP, we're talking real token, we're talking a lot of the other projects. It's just a degree. And then we're going to hit into a massive bear market. A bear market that's going to last about 4 years and it's going to consolidate. And if you didn't make money during the next 1 to 2 weeks, you're not going to make money for the next 4 years and you're not going to have that generational wealth or millions of dollars. And it's all going to be because you were lazy and decided not to do your research. At the end of the day, guys, it is your job to look into it, to make your own decision, and to do your research. But it's very important that you guys understand that what we are about to see in the next 1 to 2 weeks is generational wealth created for a lot of people in this space. And again, some people are going to make, double their money. Some people are going to make lose money. Some people are going to make, 3 times their money, but others are going to make hundreds of thousands of percentages gained. Some people are going to make 10,000 times their money. And it's all because if you get into a project we're not talking about meme coins. We're talking about utility-based projects that are solving a multi-trillion-dollar problem that are very early. If you get into a project like this, that is a golden opportunity, you're likely going to make, 10,000, 100,000x. It's very possible if they scale. So again, this is the time to be looking into projects. This is the time to be doing your research, and this is the time to be making an informed decision. And more importantly, this is the time to take action. You make a decision, you take action on it because you might miss out on a golden opportunity. And again, we're talking about real token in this case scenario, but it goes for every other thing. The goal here is you have the next 48 hours to do your research into real token, or less than 48 hours. You have the next 24 hours to do your research and look into it and make your own decision. And then it's going to be too late. Because then once real token, gets that adoption, once RealFi announces their platform and it begins transacting, the price may potentially soar. The volume will soar. Everything will soar. And then you're going to potentially have to buy it at substantially higher. Right now, you're able to get real token at 3.5 cents, which is actually dirt cheap compared to what it's potentially. But maybe tomorrow you wake up and it's now at $5. The day after, you're now at $20, and you're going to have to regret And you're probably going to say, I wish I got in at 3 cents. So this is your time to do your research real quick and then get in or take an informed decision and take action. Again, I'm not financial advisor, it's not financial advice, always do your research, but the goal is to do your research on anything you want and then take action. Don't take the lazy way out, do your research and make your own informed decision. Now, with all that being said, guys, I'm going to conclude the video here. Make sure to like, you comment, you subscribe, share this video. Again, you can definitely check out Real Token. All the information and the links for you guys to do your research will be in the description. You can also check them out on CoinMarketCap, just write Real Token. And if you want to check it out on MEX, once you go to Real Token, you can see right here, number one exchange is MEX. This is the only exchange that's actually listed on. So it's your chance to be able to capitalize. And if you do want to get it on the XRP ledger, the Real Token is available on the XRP ledger directly. Again, all the links will be down below in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time and peace.